Richie, I gave my story about growing up in the village. I had never spoken loudly about growing up in the village. I had never spoken out loudly about taking on the sciences as a shortcut to making it.
What an amazing story. What an amazing story. This is a very powerful episode. I want you to take this particular video and I want you to share this video in every WhatsApp group that you have to as many people as you can, because I want you guys to understand the impact that you can have. Now, you've come back from the US
with a high.
With the high of all that you've learned. And this thing inside you is eating you. You're like, I have to do something. I've been equipped. Again, God has already given you the tools. And it's funny how the tool is your mind. He's expanded your mind. So walk us through. So what's this thing that's burning in you?
So I come back, and I come back on the plane, very reflective mode, very. And I'm reflecting at the privilege I just had. The privilege of being in Silicon Valley, the privilege of going to DC, and the journey that I've taken so far, the journey which now people understand. I'm this person who started with a C+. I'm this person who repeated high school. I'm this person who took such a long journey to get to this day. And I wonder how many more women have not believed, girls have not believed in themselves to date. And what can I do? Just because I went, how many other lives can I reach or speak to help them understand why it is important for us to engage in tech? And then the other thing I understood, which comes back to us, what you asked, is the kettle, is a kettle tech. When the bars of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and now we've added art, which is STEAM, was, can women engage in more of this? And this is the understanding of it. To create, you need science, you need tech, you need engineering, you need mathematics, and the art for the visual bit. In our continent, in Kenya, in our continent, no one tells us what it means to not engage, to not participate in that space. Then what I'm remembering, that now I'm reflecting about it, that the reason I got into this space anyway was by fluke. It's because I needed a shortcut to pass my KCSE. Then my mother gave me the shortcut of what to do, which is focus on the sciences.
Yeah.
And so I decided SheGoesTech needs to come to be.
SheGoesTech.
Yes. And SheGoesTech, then the vision has been encourage young girls to study sciences and mathematics, because that's the cluster. If you don't meet the cluster, you can't go and do these subjects. When they do that, encourage them to look at these careers, because others shun away from them because they say these careers are demanding. So you may have the intellectual capability to, but then they look at the working hours, say a person, an electrical engineering who's called at the middle of the night, you have a newborn. Give them examples of people who are doing it. And I met those women. Those are some of the women I met there. And they could tell their story, and they had why it's hard and why there are not many other women. But can we show more of it, of people doing this? And when they start the career, reduce the drop-off rate. So that's how I launched. I did SheGoesTech, first passively. Then in January, the program, the TechWomen program, which I had gone to, they always announce the country they're going to visit, because we visit them as emerging leaders. Then they choose one country they're going to come to in February. Again, this is February. And they announce in January that they have chosen to come to Kenya. And then they rely on the alumni of the program to define what is critical for them to do. And so because I was in the alumni and we were the ones planning committee, reached out to Sam Gishuru. He hosted us for a conversation. But also I was like, no, this whole thing, because look at it, the pipeline. What's the issue? The issue is the pipeline of the women who are coming to technology. And the vision for SheGoesTech is to improve that pipeline. So feed as many as possible so that the choice you're making, you're not being forced to make a choice not to study the sciences, not to do engineering or not to do maths. You've gotten enough, you've scored well enough in KCSE to at least make that choice. Even though you want to go and be a lawyer, it is a choice you're making. It's not that you're being forced. Or if you want to go and study communications, it's a choice you're making, not that you're being forced. So feed that pipeline. Then from here, get the ones who've graduated, the ones who are looking to get into market. Help them understand what it means to be a young professional in the tech industry or in the sciences industry.
And what did it mean to feed the pipeline? What did that mean? What did that include?
As in feed the pipeline, it's that one.
Yes.
That's the pool to which the women, because you see what happens, Richie, the women would get eliminated as low from primary school because they stop focusing on mathematics or sciences.
I get it. Okay.
So even by the time they're doing Form 4, because they don't score well, there's no chance.
Yes.
It's already eliminated. It's already out. So that's the feeding the pipeline.
Yes, but my question is, what do you do? Oh, so this
so
whole
it's encouraging.
becomes
the one that speaks, goes to schools, has school conversations, girls at schools. So I went round again, my diligent friend Dolly was there.
Yes.
And sister, she was there to go round with me. And also Vivian, thank you. We would go round, I would pull them, we'd go round and speak. And speak to girls as to why it matters for them to do this. Then from the high schools or the lower schools, then the ones who are in university, to tell them, don't change courses, don't drop off. Don't change courses, stay there.
Encourage them.
Yes, encourage them, stay on. Then the ones who've graduated, the new graduates, is like, don't go to the softer side of the career. Stick on and be the one that creates. Because if we don't have you in the creating of it, like if we don't have women in artificial intelligence, we won't have the woman perspective in that.
Yep. It's the same way if we didn't have Africans in artificial intelligence, all our models are...
They're against us already.
Yes.
As in they're not including us.
Yep.
So the same way, similarly, they're not including, not just the African now, but even the African woman, as in it's worse.
Yes.
If you break it to that demographic, it's even worse. Then the people who have been stronger and longer in career, encourage them to mentor down, to pull others up, to show them what it took to remain in the career. Then the government to think about what policies need to be introduced to really make it easier for women to be in tech. So that was really, so then when January was announced that they are coming, and I'm sharing with Dolly. You know, Dolly is the... she is the sister you need, but sometimes you avoid. Because me, I was just telling her, by the way, the Silicon Valley women are coming. Then she's like, continue? Then I'm like, what do you mean continue? I'm done. Then she goes like, what do you mean they're coming and you're doing nothing? Have you gone to look at the program? What are you doing? You launched SheGoesTech the other day. What are you doing with SheGoesTech? In 2 weeks, Richie, they were coming on 8th February, 8th to 11th February. 11th was a Friday. 11th is the science day for the girl. 11th February, usually. That would be tomorrow, is it? Today's 10th. Today's?
Oh, nice. Today is 10th, yes.
Yes, that would be tomorrow. It's recognized as a whatever for the science, the day for the science day for the girl, to encourage women to do science. And they were here on that Friday. And she said, we could approach one of the universities, they give you the auditorium. Then we can host an event where we talk about this vision you will keep having, handing on the baton, where the baton from all the ones more experienced to the mid-experienced to the younger experienced to the... So that we are making sure that the pipeline is going up. It's not becoming a pyramid too sharply.
Yes.
Yes. So then she says, we can do that. As in, what support do you need? Then I was like, can government, because this conversion can't happen without government. She's like, write to government and invite them.
Was Joe Musheru?
Yes, he was the CS
at that time. Yes.
So nani kama Kendi? You invited to the theater. And voila, government showed up.
2 weeks.
Yes. They sent Dr. Kate Kitao, who I met on Monday and told me I need to tell my story. So, Dr. Kate, are you seeing? I'm here. Yeah.
That is crazy. And how was the event? So what about, did you get students? Did you get?
So we got the whole thing. We got high school,
yeah,
university, young in career, experienced, policy, government.
Yeah.
The room was full, 620 people.
Wow.
Came to have a conversation about she believed she could, so she did. That was the theme for the event.
Did you give your story?
I did. Now, you see the reflective moment I had coming down from DC to coming to...
Yes.
Because I used that platform to also launch SheGoesTech. Because I had just formed it in November, so used the platform on February 11th, which means SheGoesTech is, how many years are those? Yeah, old now. I used the platform to launch. And because I'm the one who's the host, I had to give a keynote speak.
Ooh.
And to give a keynote speak, what you're answering to is why is this important? Richie, I gave my story about growing up in the village. I had never spoken loudly about growing up in the village. I had never spoken out loudly about taking on the sciences as a shortcut to making it. There was this view that I was successful in the corporate space already, but there was this view that I needed, in my opinion, to protect. But that view had nothing to do with being a villager. So me, I thought I was doing this in a closed group. We were a closed group of 620. The way I'm thinking, I'm doing this in a closed group, only that it's going digital.
It's a safe space, don't worry.
Listen to that one.
It's us and the tech.
So then, because of the first and the buzz it caused, the media picked it up, including the First Lady, and retweeted about it. So the next thing, I'm seeing my story in a headline in the CIO magazine, not any other.
Wow.
I sell to the CIOs. The people I don't want to see my village site are the ones, it is there, full story. Kendi talked about...
Yes, and you know the way they make the headlines nice and sweet.
Yes.
Village girl makes it in life.
That one.
Village girl.
So there's no running.
Yes.
Okay, I panicked. In fact, I remember calling Vivian. Vivian, you will laugh. Vivian is my other good friend.
Yes.
I remember calling Vivian and I panicked and she tried to understand. She's like, what is it? And I told her, okay, I've just exposed myself. I have exposed myself. Then only for her to, she was there. She was present because she was there supporting. She's like, but all you said was such, you just shared your story and it will inspire other people. It took a moment. But that was me finally accepting that I am a village girl.
Wow. That was a turning moment.
It was.
That's powerful. And also, that story, I'm so glad you accepted it because it's majority.
Correct.
It's the majority are not here in the series.
Yes.
You get?
It is.
The majority are everywhere else.
Yes.
And your story is the norm, either be it fees, one part of SheGoesTech, and I'm trying to figure this out. Is there a enabling perspective from a financial where you're able to sponsor a child or two?
That ideally, that's my vision. But to be honest, I've been so busy. I've not put as much focus in the last maybe 2 years on SheGoesTech as I should. But that was my vision in terms of, can I work to enable, even though it's one child or two, it makes a difference, to go through, at least to go through that education. Yeah, that's ideally it. But I haven't executed it.
So, can I cause you a problem?
Kai. Eh?
You can't give this story be the solution
Richie.
and not allow the viewers or anybody willing to participate to hold hands because we trust you that it will get to the bottom of your pipeline. So this is how it works. You've shared all that and you've touched so many people's lives. You get what I mean? And there are people who want to partner with you from maybe a person doesn't have. You see what you did to Nathaniel.
Yeah.
The people who want to do that for Grace, for Wanjiru, for Miss Omondi, for all of these other people. And the way they know how to do it is by sending that resource to SheGoesTech, because SheGoesTech will therefore get it to the different people. So if you're watching this and you want to support a girl in primary, in high school, in the different levels that she's talked about, you can watch this video again to fully understand. But if you want to become the solution to the problem that SheGoesTech is trying to solve, can I put a number? Can I put an email? Does SheGoesTech have an email?
It does.
People want to join you.
Yeah.
Is that email active?
It is.
Is that email accessible?
It is.
I'm going to flood your LinkedIn and I'm going to flood your emails. But I will say this email address is the one to engage. Write to this email address that you can see on the screen and partner with people who already have the back-end solution. They have the heart, they have the passion, they have the experience, and maybe sometimes what they may lack is just the resources. But you have the resources and you want to channel it through SheGoesTech. So the email address that is on the screen right now, get emailing. Does SheGoesTech have a phone number or not yet? Or is that one? Okay, I'll leave the phone number out so that it doesn't get overwhelmed. But the email will definitely work. So go to that email address and get in touch with them. And somebody will reach out to you instantly, or at least at a minimum within 24 hours. Because now Kendi knows we've done this and she's going to get ready for the overwhelming response. So I thank you. That's what the people watching want to. People already, and that's how God works. People already want to do something. And you're the person who they need to do this with. So we'll come back after this. Get emailing.